There we go. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Hi, 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 hi. Hoyo, hoyo. Volume up on the game. There we go. And volume up on the OBS. There we go. And here we are where we left off. At the Isle of the Sacred Mountain and at the copyright protection part. Woo! Yay. Copyright protection. Yay. So hello there, Gabriel, Mark, Mew, Dose, Hells, Dubuque, Specky, and also our new Petri over at the YouTube. Went to the dentist for plaque removal today. Your gums feel like raw hamburger now, or have been for the whole day. That is how they always feel like afterwards. I know the feeling too well. But also, hello to a new viewer, Spencer359. Hello there. Are they still here? Is Spencer still here? Excuse me. I'm just wondering if that dispenser person is still here. I mean, it was 10 minutes of music that still needed to wait for things to get started. Maybe that Spencer person is still here, but not just talking. On the other hand, the best of 50 euros ever spent. Well, at least you're taking good care of your teeth. That's the most important part. Beep 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 beep, says the birdies. Is it just me, or has the tip jar gone a little underweight there? I guess the Streamlabs emptied it out a little bit. It usually does that, automatically empties out the tip jar a little bit, so it's not like super full. So here we are. The ocean appears calm, but there's a dimpling pattern to the surface, which indicates a strong undertow. We're not gonna be stepping in there. Jack boulders surround the small cove of this rocky island. There appears to be no way past the cliffs. Though roughly hewn, the cliffs do not provide regular handholds for climbing, and they seem otherwise impenetrable. That's what you think. There appears to be something etched, and that's what we need to take a look at. One may need to read about the logic cliffs. I do not need to, because I know how to get up from here. We just need to touch the R, the I, the S, and the E to make us rise on the cliffs. Huge blocks of stone erupt from the granite cliffs. Quite the noisy rocks. Alexander stares with wonder. That's quite a way to welcome a guest, if indeed it is a welcome. The steps cannot be moved any further backwards or forwards. Well, then take a step on them. And yes, you need to do this yourself. Let's save here. Going up or down? Because I do remember... wait a minute! Ooh. If you make a misstep, he falls, but I don't remember if he dies. Oh no, Alexander loses his balance. Whoa, whoa, whoa! The unforgiving rocks break his long fall. Yep. That wasn't a very logical step. You fall from there, roll into the sea, and you drown. Well, that would have been actually appropriate for Alexander, because that's the only way he dies in this game, apparently. But no, you actually do break your neck. Just gotta keep on moving. Keep going up and up. Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff. So this is the copy protection part. A master of languages will ... or blank. Master of languages will blank. So now we're playing Cards Against Humanity. It's because a step disappears under you if answered wrong. Reading about the ancient ones in the Guide to the Land of the Green Isles may help a puzzled journeyer. Lucky for me, I do have the manual open. The whole copy protection part. I've got it ready. Let me open up, actually. I closed the freaking man. I closed the freaking manual. Let's see. The ancient ones. So it's a master of languages will blank. Master of languages will soar. So I need to spell out soar using these letters, which are the ancient ones' alphabet. That's what I need to do here. So which one is which? That is what I need to find out. What are ancient ones? Wise people who created the world and magic, that type of thing. Cthulhu and such, you know, Fatang, and all that. So let's see, I need S, which is the symbol represents happiness, the dog, the color pink and marble. And that's that one. Then I need O, the symbol represents joy, the dolphin, the color azure and sapphires. And that's the meanie happy face right here. Then I need A. The symbol represents harmony, the cat and the colors sienna and earth. And that's like two boxes in each other. Well, that's the map from the television game Space Hawk or something. And it's that one. Or maybe it's a playing field on a foot or a soccer field. And also, hi dolls. And then R, the symbol represents grief, the jackal, the color silver, and the element silver. And that one is right there. Got it. The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs. If you get that one wrong, you just fall to your death, and we would have gotten the same death message that we got before. Now we just keep on climbing. At least the Monkey Island 2 Guybrush got the idea and continued on by himself. No need for me to click on each peg. But Sierra loves to make the player work for their efforts. Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff. Let me see, what do I need to do here? What was it that I needed to do here? I need to find out what the sequence is. Do I get a hint? 4 plain stone buttons have been carved into the cliffs. One may need to read about the logic cliffs in the guidebook to the Land of the Green Isles in order to understand these stones. Okay, I'll go read about the logic cliffs some more then. Which page do I need to go to? Isle of Wonder, Isle of Sacred Mountain, the logic cliffs, page 32. 32, 32, 32, 32, there it is. Excuse me. Of course you can go all random and it's only just 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 and get the combination out of that. It's a 3 number combination, not 4. You have to push only 3 of them. Cliffs are so named from a series of riddles written on the face of the cliffs leading from the beach of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain to the Winged One's city. Chiseled painstakingly into solid rock, the viewer must question what purpose the words serve. From the ancient scroll that references the cliffs, it can be determined that the riddles on the cliff were part of an elaborate mechanism designed to protect those who dwelt at the top of the cliffs from undesirables that might arrive from the sea below. Mechanism may have served as sort of a calling device designed to alert those at the top of the cliffs that a brother required admittance, or perhaps led to secret chambers within the rock itself. Whatever the cliff's purpose was, it was obviously built to admit only those indoctrinated into the secrets of the Ancient Ones' culture, and for that reason is, alas, as yet unsolved by those who live today. Well, that didn't help me at all on trying to solve this case. Isn't that nice? So freaking wonderful. Just telling me it's just telling me the history of this cliff. 6 logic cliff. Excuse me. Now let's see. Can I get the picture any day now? Fine. Okay, let's see. The first challenge, only those pure of heart will be able to rise the cliffs of logic, yeah. Third challenge, the stones of stealth are associated with this riddle. 4 men standing in a row. Third from the left and down you go. The rest in order move you on. The youngest, the oldest, and the second son. Now the fifth challenge, only those of the highest order may ascend the cliffs of logic. Okay, so third from the left and down you go, so don't push the third button, that's for sure. The youngest, the oldest, and the second son. So the second son is the second button. It has to be. So if that's the second son, the youngest must then be... Oh... Yeah, I would say it's 4 1 2 as well. Let's make a save. Just to be safe, you know. No, I can't save here, because I'm looking at this thing. Well, here goes nothing. A 1, a 4, a 1, a 2. Yeah, that was it. The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps are prepared. They sure made those steps loud. It could be possible you brute force this because it's possible to do so. You know, just keep on guessing until you get it right. Unless you had the manual back then, and you read it and you figured it out. That's what you need to solve these copy protection stuff. You need to have the manual, which I do have. So on this last one, we need to ascend to get to the top. Hey, Hells! Alexander examines the strange etchings on the Sacred 4. Sacred 4? Right? I don't remember this part. So that was the third challenge. This is the fourth challenge. So after this, there's still one more. The Sacred 4. I guess I need to read a little bit more about the ancient ones and their alphabet. You doubt you got the hints from the manual text. Well, the hints are right there. The riddles are in there. The oral letters are spoken, the complex symbols used by the ancient ones in the case. There's 26 primary symbols in their alphabet and minor symbols with the accent, which are natural. Each symbol also represents an emotion, a color, a creature, and a natural or metaphysical element. So from all of that, I have to find the sacred ones from the... How would I know what are the sacred ones? That's what I need to find. Every emotion, every creature, color... So they were great lovers of symbol, had a complex theology that seemed to worship all things aerial, though only fragments of their belief system are understood today. Giving meaning to every creature, every color, every element and mineral. Studied emotional states of being, every emotion being, color element ranked high or low. The Sacred 4, emotions. Tranquility, the color azure, creature, caterpillar, and element air. Somebody type this down. Tranquility, azure, caterpillar, air. Write those down. Actually, I should write them down myself. Tranquility, azure. Oh, Jace did it. Thank you. Jace is always on the case. Alright, so from there, with those 4 things, I can find the letters that I need to push and the... I can find the letters and the symbols. So tranquility is D, which is that one. And azure... White, red, orange, green, brown, beige, gold. Azure, that's O, and that's the, that one. Caterpillar, let's see. Albatross, dove, mouse, whale, grasshopper. Caterpillar, Q. So that's the squiggly with dots. That one. And air. Excuse me. It's air. It's G. And that one's... Where are you, G? Ah, there you are. Yay! One more! Usually in other games, copy protection is just one code that you need to find in the manual. This is a five-step riddle. Now we've gone through 4 already, so we have 1 left. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Why did they make the copy protection so convoluted? Just give us just 1 riddle or 2, but not 5 in order to get on top of this freaking cliff. Kind of overdoing it, don't you guys think? All silent cry the noble boulders. And this here I need to type out ascend, as far as I remember. That was the part of the riddle. At least I think it was. The 5th challenge, only those highest order may ascend the cliffs of logic. So all I need to do is just type out ascend. That's all there is to it. Hey there, Spencer! You have returned! So now, before we solve this puzzle here... You got this so far in Best Buy. Well, it's copy protection, so... But Spencer! Spencer! Now that you're here. This is Spiderkin's fluffy butt. This is Sir Hoppington, very bleeding in the freaking... He's all white, but it's the green screen effect does this all the time to him. This is Blabraz. And this is Boopelsnoot. They are the mascots. The mascots of the live stream. And they welcome you here. Yay! Now, just need to get you back to your places so I can continue playing the game. Got 1 more puzzle to do, guys. There. The employees ripped open the box to let us get past the copyright. Well, at least they let you do that. Is it okay if you're sexually attracted to all of them, asking for a friend? Slater USA also makes that joke, the asking for a friend. And also you're saying, is it okay if I'm sexually attracted to all of them and then asking for a friend? You shouldn't be saying I'm at the same sentence, you know. It kind of ruins the whole illusion, you know, that you're actually trying to ask for a friend. So, A, S, C, E, N, T. Stone beneath the hill there. Same text. Freaking finally. Yeah, and we are finally done with the copyright part. This was the last riddle. And there we are, on top of the hill. Alexander finds himself, finally, at the top of the cliffs. Exhausted, he steps over the lip of the plateau and stands. Why do you make such an effort to climb the cliffs, young man? The winged ones who live on this island have the power of flight. You can have it too, if only you would eat a berry from this magical flying nightshade bush. Apparently it also turns you into a midget. See, the sweet berries will make you float like a petal on the wind. Try some. The old woman has a pleasant, grandmotherly face, but something about her makes Alexander uneasy. I don't know, could it be the glint in her eyes that we have seen so many times? Nice flying lady. So let's talk to her. But who are you, matron? Who cares? I mean, I am only a poor old woman who wishes you well, handsome stranger. Think of me as your grandmama, if you like. How can this plan give the power of flight? Listen, son, I'll be happy to answer any questions you like, but only if you at least taste these delicious berries. How can this... Okay. Okay, I'll try one. Alright, I'll try some of your berries. Okay, eat quickly, dear boy, and I'll show you the way to the Lord and Lady of this isle. What? Slightly bitter, pretty one. And then there's some land I have for sale in the death box of Tamir. Well, I'll just stand around and look around. Alexander is standing on top of the tall cliffs. To the north is the peak of a mountain rising to meet the clouds. To the left is an ominous set of bolted doors. An old woman is standing nearby. She peers at Alexander with friendly interest. Come, stranger, trust me. Think of what I'm offering you. Blackberries grow only at the top of the bush, as though straining towards the sun. In the distance, Alexander can see the peak of a majestic mountain rising into the clouds. Huge doors are set into the solid rock of the mountain. Yeah, we've already read that. Yes, yes. Anything else of interest? Apparently not. Except the alternatively aged lady. What happens if you fail the copy protection? Yeah, you just fall. The stone underneath Alexander goes back into the wall and I've already shown you the death when he falls and breaks his neck. Alright then! Stay tied to the ground like a load of lead. See if you care, you human! How odd! The old woman just disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Perhaps those berries are even more powerful than she led Alexander to believe. Well, you pretty much missed the most boring part of the show there, Tomoke, the copy protection. That's all you missed. So, let's try the doors then. Nope. The huge doors are locked tight. Somebody obviously wants to keep something out. Or something in. You're never allowed to watch Aqua Teen, Hunger Force, or Venture Bros ever again. Well, good, because I've never watched either of those shows. There's a jagged cave opening at the pinnacle of the mountain. That's what I saw. Got curious about it.
Look, an intruder! Hold, how did you get up here, human?
I climbed the cliffs.
That is not possible. No one has solved the cliffs of logic in several centuries. And if the cliffs were to be solved, it would certainly not be by a human.
I didn't mean to trespass. I only wanted to visit this beautiful island.
No visitors have been welcome to the island of Sacred Mountain in years. Not since the Red and White Queens had spies in the guise of friendly visitors steal our island's sacred golden fleece. But we will not display such foolish trust again. You will have to answer the Lord Azur and Lady Ariel. They will determine what will be done with you. I can assure you, it will not be pleasant.
Well, there we go. And there they go.
With what trickery did you master the cliffs of logic and reach the city of the winged ones?
Pure logic.
Only the magic of clear thought, my lord. I meant no harm. The cliffs of logic? It is the sacred oracle's prophecy, Azure.
Yes, Ariel. It is lucky for you, human, that climbing the cliffs of logic is part of a prophecy that I cannot ignore. We have just been ordered by Vizier Alhazred himself to dispose of any strangers that might land on our fair isle. But the prophecy would have a different fate befall you.
The prophecy predicts that whosoever climbs the cliffs of logic will defeat the Minotaur. The Minotaur has violated our sacred catacombs and eats our young in sacrifice. Our own daughter, Lady Celeste, was taken there only this morning as his most recently demanded offering.
A dilemma then. Whom shall I obey in regards to your fate? The Oracle or the Crown? But since Alhazred did not dictate how I was to dispose of the intruders, and since you cannot possibly survive the catacombs, your imprisonment there should serve both purposes quite admirably.
I will not resist you in this, my lord. I shall do my best to save your daughter.
First, I must tell you that the catacombs are a labyrinth of rooms, a place of exceeding danger. You will need many tools and clear wits to survive it.
I am ready.
Very well. My guards will take you there now. You seem courageous enough, but the catacombs will determine how brave you really are. Oh, if only I could talk with them, I would ask him how he exercises his pecs. Why did you tell Lord Azure you were ready and willing to face the catacombs? No one is ever ready, and only a fool could be willing.
And you are far wiser, I suppose, to leave a maiden to die, to not fight this plague on your own people?
Bravery and suicide are two different things, human. You will have a chance to renounce your choice soon enough, when you lay trembling under the Minotaur's hooves.
We shall see. Thanks for the escort.
We only escort you to your death. May the fates make it quick so that you do not have to scream long.
Hey!
The catacombs' entrance door is locked from the outside by the Winged One's guards. It seems that leaving the catacombs by that door is not an option. The walls of the catacombs are made of massive stone tiles. That's the north wall of the room. The floor of the catacombs, like the walls, is comprised of massive stone tiles. It feels cold and hard beneath Alexander's feet. Alexander is standing in the catacombs near the portal to the outside world. Unfortunately, the portal is locked. Niches... is it niches? Niches in the wall form stone burial beds. Ancient bones lie crumbling on the unyielding rock. I hope I don't find any Draugr in here. That will be bad because I'm not prepared to fight Draugr. I don't have any magic or... A torch flickers on the wall and casts shadows on the dank stones of the catacombs. All the doorways of the catacombs look alike, giving Alexander no clue as to their order or purpose. I wonder where I can go, what I can do. Well, what I can do is save and then go somewhere. How about this way? Anybody here? La da da dee dee dee. Yatta da. I heard the hoof steps of somebody. Or something. Feels like I'm going in circles. At least it's starting to feel like I'm going in circles. Nice sound effects for the Minotaur. As he walks through the doorway, Alexander gets a very bad feeling about this room. I wonder why. Don't just wander, Alexander. Let your conscience be your guide. Well, I'm not Pinocchio, and also apparently Alexander decided to turn into Wile E. Coyote there. Why didn't he just pick up a sign that says yikes on it? Ugh.
Oh, that was stupid.
That was a bat. I do get a feeling that I should restore the game because I might have actually missed some items because there is a hole next to the bush. Let's actually go back. I'm just gonna check this area before we go up there. Yeah, whatever. You may be offering something, but I don't care. Just puff off. Poof away. You offend me, I try to help you, you insist on being rude. Yeah, because I don't trust you. I know you kill me. Or the berries kill me. So, yes. Yeah, see if I care. There's a natural opening in the rock near the nightshade bush. So can I just walk in there? Or can I... Alexander crawls through the small opening in the rock. Yeah, dust. Alexander finds himself in a dark cave. Well, it's not gonna be dark for long, because we do have the tinderbox. It feels exactly like a tinderbox. Alexander takes the candle from his tinderbox and uses the flint in the box to light it. Ta-da-da! We have light. Alexander is standing in a rocky cave. The dim light of the tinderbox candle reveals a dank, musty place. But then Alexander's nose told him that much without the light. Well, you can easily smell dampness. Alexander crawls through the opening in the rock. The lighting in this part of the cave is better. Alexander extinguishes the candle's flame and places it back in his pack. Alexander is standing in the second room of the cave. The natural window to the outside world provides a little more light here, and it even helps clear the musty smell.
So what do we see? Another world? Out of this world?
A natural window-like opening in the rock provides a view of the outside world. A peppermint plant grows on the window's ledge. A plant grows on the grassy ledge. It smells like peppermint.
I told you I missed something.
Alexander takes a few leaves from the plant. As he does so, a strong smell of peppermint is released. Sierra items. Miss an item in first room of game, needed on last room.
Yeah, something like that, but you still need it.
So that's all I needed. Crawls back into the last room in the cave. Can't see a thing. Alexander can't see much of anything in the dark cave. You light up my life, and blah 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 blah. Nothing like a maze with instant death that cannot be avoided.
True.
I mean, he would have easily just stopped before walking into the room, but no. Alexander is too carefree to care. Or something. Actually, I don't need to save. I don't need to save at all. Blah 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 blah. Also, Tumuke, I went to the store today to City Market, and I found the Pepsi Max Lime. I still haven't tasted it, but I do have a few bottles of it now. I'm sure it's gonna be great. Currently, I'm drinking Pepsi Max Cherry, which is good. But yesterday you told me that there is such a thing in the store, and I do like lime, so I had to go and buy. I just had to. Also, you need that hole in Labyrinth. Good luck if you don't have it. I have every item that I need. At least now I do, since I got the peppermint leaves as well. So now I have everything that I need. And a good thing I have a guidance over there to make it so I can make through this place easily. As in, I do have a map of the labyrinth. And then we turn here. It's almost like the bat is guiding me. Almost. Ancient bones lie crumbling in the unyielding rock. So one more north. The remains of several unfortunate souls haunt the room. Those bones seem more recent than the ancient catacomb bones that Alexander has seen so far. Perhaps they were victims of the Minotaur, or perhaps they died while wandering, lost in the maze. 3 of the skeletons are completely intact. And also, yes, I should save.
No, my directory disk can hold no more save. So let's replace that one.
And maze. A lone skull lies on the ground among the skeletons. Where the skull came from is a mystery, since the other remains seem to have their skulls intact. Can I talk to it? Those jaw bones have long been silent. So it's not Mort or Murray at all. We can only imagine. Pick it up. Alexander picks up the skull. Yay. Okay, let's see. Now I need to go... Well, of course I need to go back, but after I go back. I don't want the Minotaur. Alexander hears the distant sounds of a wild animal somewhere in the maze of rooms. Hopefully it's not gonna find us. I might have made a mistake there. Let me see, though, the skull, and then... the guidance of the freaking walkthrough is wrong. They've typed wrong. I need to go back where I came from. Back to reality. And then we go here. Then here, yeah. Well, at least you told me to save, Petri. That helped. Reminded me of saving. Alexander is standing in a room with a tiled floor. Except for the tiles directly in front of the doors, each tile bears an engraving. Alexander has a feeling that the unique floor isn't merely decorative. An image of a rose has been carved on that tile. That tile bears an engraving of a crown. And a rose, a skull and crossbones, a scythe, a dove. So those are the only images there. Now, let me see, where... That's where I went, that's where I got the skull, that's where I am right now. Let me see. So where do I... That's where I start. Too bad it doesn't tell me that I need to type out the name of God. So we step on that rose, and this rose, this one, there, there, that, there, and there. No diddling, no points for that. Oh, come on, game. Let me see, I went through that, now I need to go... Now there's the dealing. Actually, before we go... Please, go in here.
You are a human only and not the monster himself. I heard you coming and thought you were a beast. Did my father send you here to save me?
Why, yes, he did, but how did you...
Hush, there is no time. I think I have discovered the Minotaur's secret exit from the catacombs. Follow me, and we'll both be saved.
I don't trust that. If you saw the glint in the eye... yes. I'm just gonna go this way. Hey there, Yukimori. I don't think that would help. I doubt that it erases the dangerous tiles. Well, maybe it does erase them and just reveals the proper path. But why would I want to hack into the game's files? That would ruin the game. An old wooden shield hangs on the wall. Well, let's pick it up. I'm sure it will come handy. Alexander takes the shield from the wall and just stuffs it into his pants. Too bad we cannot be like adventure game people. We just could stuff everything into our pants. Like in Fallout. You can carry thousands of weapons and armor without a hitch. Just put them into your Pip-Boy. Really, I still wonder how that technology actually works. It's never explained. Let's see, where do I need to go now? Okay. And then I need to go... Keep on going forward, forward, and we go to the left, left. Guide me, Boo-Boo Snoot. Tell me which way to go, and I shall go. Ah, I see something. Niches. Alexander notices that this skeleton has old coins over its eyes. Do I really need to take those? Come on. That's payment for the river Styx. For Charon. Finds 2 coins in the skeleton's eyes. He takes the old coins. Well, guess we needed to take those. Sorry, man, but you're being thrown into the river Styx now. All thanks to me. Rat! Just wanted to let you know that there was a rat. Well, it's a trap! The doors have sealed Alexander inside, and the ceiling is coming down!
And now, whatever shall we do?
Well, good thing that Petri made the reference to Indiana Jones. Desperate to stop the crushing ceiling, Alexander throws his skull into the grinding gears. The skull is caught between two cogs, and the gears shriek and shudder.
The skull begins to bulge.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
With a sudden lurch, the ceiling completes its descent.
Yikes!
And presses Alexander into the floor like a bug under a heel.
That skull wasn't strong enough to endure the pressure, and neither is Alexander's. You think it causes bad karma to rob the dead?
It would. And apparently it did, because I'm dead.
Alexander never was much good at squash. How about instead we throw the brick?
In a desperate move, Alexander throws a brick into the grinding gears.
The brick is caught between two cogs.
The gears shriek and shudder. The mechanism grinds to a halt. The ceiling is stuck.
The trap is sprung! The gears have been permanently stopped by the brick. The ceiling is stuck in its path by the brick that Alexander threw into the gears. Alright. Onwards. Now I need to go here and here. Zounds! A trap floor!
Now he turned into Wile E. Coyote.
But at least we didn't die. Alexander seems to have fallen to a lower level of the catacombs. Wherever he is, the place sure is dark. Alexander can't even see his hand in the front of his face. But we can see his eyes. Alexander searches for the way to reach.
Alexander cannot see anything in the darkness.
Well, Alexander takes the candle from his tinderbox and uses the flint to flint in the box.
English, it's a language.
Aha, so that's why it's dark in here. A torch is out. There. Alexander lights the extinguished torch and puts his tinderbox away.
Another brick in the wall gear.
Now let's see, where are we? Okay, I need to go see the Minotaur. So if I go, so now I have to go, okay. 1, a 2, a 3, and another rat. A 4, and another rat. And now we go down. And down once more. And to the right. Alexander hears the sound of a wild beast again, this time so loud that the creature itself seems to be in the same room with him. The noises are coming from the other side of the east wall. There's room for, say, cul-de-sac with the dead-end wall to the east. The sounds came from behind the dead-end wall. Well, now we can use the hole in the wall. Let's take a look. Alexander puts the hole in the wall on the east wall. The hole in the wall trembles slightly with dread at the clammy feeling of the stones.
I'll still save anyway.
Just to make sure nothing bad happens. Or if bad things do happen. Alexander peers through the hole in the wall and sees just another room in the catacombs. Aha! Aha! Not just another room at all. So that's why Alexander couldn't find the Minotaur's lair. At least Alexander now knows the lair exists. Somewhere in the maze on the other side of this wall. My hole in the wall. While Alexander contemplates what he's just seen, the hole in the wall, frightened by the Minotaur, makes a run for it. Alexander hopes the little creature finds his way home to the Isle of Wonder. I wonder how, because it's on the Isle of the Sacred Mountains, and the Isle of Wonder is like way over somewhere else. Well, let's just hope for the best for the hole in the wall. But for us, we need to get to the Minotaur's lair. I guess the best route is just to go back. That seems to be the shortest, easiest route. So back to where we came from. You go trot around wherever you want. I'm coming for you.
You don't scare me. I am Alexander, the dim-witted adventurer.
Don't sneeze now. No sneezing allowed. That was close. Down, 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 down. South, 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 south. Alexander hears a low growling, so faint as to seem born of his fired imagination rather than any living creature. So it's faint. So it means that the Minotaur is far away from us, which is good. You think that genie just doesn't like seeing blood with all the stupid it tries to pull for us. English, it's a language. Why would you think that the genie doesn't like seeing blood? Because the genie has killed us many times and he has seen blood. Like if we got skewered by an stone arrow, and the nightshade berries made us just choke on our own blood. A very beautiful, very dusty tapestry hangs on the wall. Actually, I'm gonna make a new save. Minotaur's lair. Not dragon's lair, Minotaur's lair. God damn. Gas. Lots of gas today. Ugh. Shouldn't have eaten those freaking meatballs for dinner. I knew that it would give me gas. This tapestry looks familiar. Maybe because you saw it a few minutes ago? Now let's see. I don't feel anything. Aha! A hidden latch. Alexander triggers the little latch. A secret door is open. I can't read today. Today you were too tired to stop your computer from overheating. Understandable, Gabriel. You mean those are all secondary ways? Well, it's not the genie who made all of these traps in here. This is all the Minotaur. So let's see, I've used the tapestry. Now I need to go in. I need to get something ready. Like this red ribbon. Okay, here we go.
No, I beg of you, please don't hurt me.
Your struggles are useless.
It's the Minotaur, and he's struggling with a winged one's girl. She must be the Lady Celeste. Can we talk this over?
Excuse me, I demand the release of the maiden this instant, you fiend.
Lady Celeste looks wildly around the room for the source of the strange voice and spots Alexander.
You there, human! Help me! Help!
Who dares enter my lair?
I ask you to release your captive or suffer the consequences.
Never you die, human.
As the Minotaur advances in attack, Alexander slowly backs away. Until he can back away no more.
Nowhere to, little man.
Well, now to save the game and watch a death scene. Maybe I can talk to you.
Wouldn't you like to let the girl and I go?
Don't be a fool. No, you die. Oof.
Oh, we drowned in lava this time, not in water. There's something to be said for taking the bull by the horns, Alexander. Yeah, like, don't do it. That would have little effect on the rampaging Minotaur. There's no time to mess with that now. The Minotaur is... That's the wrong item that I'm using. This is what I should be using. Damn it! Oof. I have the wrong item chosen. I'm using the ribbon when I should be using the freaking scarf. So this. Alexander, his back inches from the fiery pit, tempts the Minotaur with the Red Queen's scarf.
Look here, you bully.
Nice bright red.
Red. Now you die.
That's strange. I didn't hear a splash.
Splash.
Oh. The Minotaur drops from sight amidst the consuming flames. Slowly, his scream fades as well.
Have you been harmed, Lady Celeste? Are you alright?
No, I'm not alright. I assume you do not intend to leave me tied up on this vile monstrosity.
Of course not. Sorry.
Let's see. If you'll give me a moment, I'll have these untied in no time.
I can't wait that long. Look, I wear a small dagger just inside my belt. It should be enough to cut the rope.
Oh, alright. I've got it, Lady Celeste. There we go.
Thank you. You may keep the dagger as a gift for saving my life.
That's very generous.
Forget it. Do you mind if we just get out of here now?
Man, she's straightforward. And off we go into new adventures. Or just return back. The Winged One's guards, bored with the pointless waiting, are startled by the sound of rock moving against rock. Not to mention, that crow there is quite suspicious.
Lady Celeste, bide thee well?
I'm quite well, thanks to the bravery of a mere human. So much for your superior intellects.
Yes, milady. Now bring
him along. I'm going home.
That crow was not suspicious at all, especially with the glinting eye. I see you have proven yourself the hero of the prophecy. Well, I am expected to thank you for saving my daughter's life, so I thank you. I am obliged to thank you for the restoration of our sacred catacombs. It means much to our people. We have already begun the process of clearing the deadly traps from its rooms.
It is also my duty to grant you a visit with the Oracle, so this I do. I will grant you the freedom to leave here unharmed, despite my orders to the contrary from the crown. But there my obligations to you end. I have no love for Alhazred, but he is my liege, and if Princess Casima trusts him and wishes to wed him, my guard will take you to the Oracle now. When your time with her is through, I want you to leave the City of the Winged Ones and never return. I don't know who you are and what you want here, but I will not disobey my crown further.
I thank you, Lord Azur. I will respect your wishes.
Quite the demands.
Well, nice attitude, you female dog.
Ah, the Oracle.
Hail to thee, great Oracle! Lord Azur sends you this wingless mail. It appears that he solved the Cliffs of Logic and
defeated the Minotaur in his lair, so I have seen. So this is the one that haunts my pool of late. Welcome, young seeker. What knowledge do you desire? Princess Casima, what if you could tell me, great Oracle? Ah, of course, the princess. That explains my images. Let us see what we can see.
Well, that's Casima.
I see a maiden, lovely and pure, but surrounded by evil. She's a rose set amidst bitter thorns. It is her fate to be the pawn of dark powers, and yours to try to redeem her. How? How do I redeem her? Fate is not like the cut of a blade, young one, but rather like the myriad of paths formed when a hammer cracks ice. I will tell you what I can, but what will actually come to pass is up to you. I see that any attempt to reach the girl will force you into battle, a struggle against a dark force. If you lose, your life will be forfeit. Who must I fight? A great darkness surrounds your adversary, preventing me from seeing clearly. I can only make out the shape of a black cloak. But before this final struggle, I see an infiltration, a dangerous game of hide-and-seek in corridors filled with enemies. The risks are high, but it is the only way to reach the one you seek. There is more than one way into this place. Your choice will dictate much. What else do you see, mighty Oracle? Such pain! I see two restless spirits crying out for revenge. These shades could help you destroy the Dark Force if they were to be brought back from their spiritual form, yet this is only one possible path to your destiny. I'm afraid this is getting beyond me. I know very little about the afterlife. I can only advise getting counsel from the druids. Be warned, the druids are reclusive and dangerous. They might aid you, or they might destroy you. Like their island, the druid's nature is hidden in the mists. There is nothing more I can do for you except to give you this. It is water from the sacred pool. That and my blessing go with you. Thank you, great Oracle.
Yay! Yeah, fly off, you pieces of crap.
Well, so much for that adventure. Can we actually talk to the skull? The skull is as silent as the grave. Thought so. Oh well, it was worth a try. Alhazred is evil.
To the druids.
I mean, that's only logical that we now go to druids, like she said that we should. To the Isle of the Mists. Well. Whoops. Excuse me, I'll restore because I clicked the text there, so let's try this again, shall we? From the northeast come the sounds of mysterious drums and chanting. The island's trees are gnarled and eerie looking. Grayish moss growing fervently in the damp sun-blocking mist coats the trees' knobby branches. Alexander is standing on the beach of a shrouded island. From here, 2 paths lead into the island, one to the northwest and one to the northeast. Weird gnarled trees and rolling mists add to the island's eerie atmosphere. Mysterious looking volcanic rocks dot this island. The ocean is only visible for a few feet before it becomes shrouded in mists. Very, very mysterious indeed. So now I go to the west. Just one more step. One more step. 2 paths end at a clearing here. A path to the south leads back to the beach, and the path to the east leads inland. Around the clearing is a village of tree houses. From the east come the sounds of mysterious drums and chanting. Alexander is standing in a small village. Arranged around him is a circle of houses built into the hollows of huge trees. In the center of the village is a fire pit. A communal fire pit occupies a place of honor in the center of the little village. The fire pit, naturally enough, contains coal. The coals are cold. That's odd, because Alexander definitely smells the smoke of an open fire close by. A grove of giant trees has been hollowed out to make houses. The trees look cozy and dry, if a bit primitive for Alexander's tastes. A wooden handled scythe hangs against a bearskin on one of the tree houses. Well, let's pick up coal. Alexander reaches into the fire pit and takes a lump of coal, and then the scythe. Alexander takes the scythe. Guess there's nothing else around here. But since we do... And here's the drums again. A horned animal skull is on display in the center of the village. Based on its central location, it may perhaps serve as ceremonial protection against danger. Certainly looks like it. But since we did get the coal, there is a certain person who would like to have that coal. So let us go back to the Isle of Wonder. The game can be completed without the black horse, but you miss half the end game. Well, I'm sure I will be getting the black horse. Trust me. I am aiming for 100, well, all the points. Because of the walkthrough that I have. It'll be a possibility. At least the babies have stopped crying. And we're here again with these bumbling idiots. I mean, bumbling queens.
Your Highness may as well spend her royal time contemplating something else. The lump of coal shall be sent to the castle of the crown under my name, and that's all there is to it. No, it shan't. Yes, it shall. If the coal is sent in your name, I shall royally decree a ban on all red on the isle. You do, and I shall royally decree that white shall be henceforth used for all mopping up of cabbage stew. You wouldn't dare, oh, wouldn't I? Oh, it's you. Have you thought of any more of those brilliant ideas of yours?
Well, I do have a lump of coal for you. I found the two of you another lump of coal so that you can stop fighting over the one you have.
Oh, let me see. A lump of coal. And what a beauty it is too. Marvelous. Now we can stop fighting, sister. Your Highness can just keep the old lump of coal and I'll take this new one. Quite right. This settles everything. As a token of our endless esteem and royal favor, please accept this magnificent and truly incredible spoiled egg.
Thanks.
And I dub thee, knight, with a crown.
Let me see that lump of coal, your highness. It is a beauty, isn't it? Why, it's bigger than my lump of coal. Let me have it immediately. Over my dead body, your highness. It's my lump of coal, and it is indeed larger and much grander. Just look at that sheen. I demand you exchange with me immediately.
Hey there, Candy. It's because of the shirt that I'm wearing. It's green, so it's the chroma key effect on the shirt as well. So yes, I am a floating head. There's a small bottle on the coffee table. It bears a label that reads, "Drink me." Now it's Alice in Wonderland. We'll just pick it up. You never know when we might need to go into a miniature size. Or maybe we throw it at something that will turn into something small.
Frogs! Frogs everywhere!
Wasn't there something about frogs in one of the other King's Quest games? Had to be careful about a witch, because she might turn you into a frog. Or might think it was something else.
To the druids!
I think I need to go back to the druids. To the Isle of the Beast we go. Story time with the spider this afternoon on PBS. Why PBS? Why not ABC or CNN? Or something else than PBS? Well, the gardener has not returned, which is good, but we can actually get through here now, because I have the shield. The path, like destiny, cannot be altered. Alexander decides to pass through the gate, preparing the shield, just in case. The magic arrow completely shatters the shield. Good thing the arrow didn't hit Alexander.
Yay!
The archer's bow is empty, his lone arrow spent. And now he looks all depressed.
Good! You tried to kill me, bastard. To the beast!
There are some streamers that do that on purpose, always thought it looked silly. Oh, the floating head. Well, this one is only on purpose because of the green shirt. I wanted to see if it actually does work. And it does. I am a floating head. Also, hopefully in the future my green screen is gonna work better because I actually ordered a different material for my green screen, and hopefully, because this is not the proper material that you use normally for green screens, and it's a much darker green than green screens normally are. But I found a store that actually has the typical type of a material that is used for green screens, so I bought it, and hopefully in the future this is going to be better. The material will either arrive on Friday or just the next week at some point. Monday, Tuesday, whichever. But we shall see. Or you shall see when this changes. But for now, we'll just have to do with this one. With what I have. Alright, let's see. So where am I on the story now? Alexander walks forward to step onto the gazebo. But the rose hedges on either side of the path, sensing an intruder's presence, reach out their vines and blend together. The path is blocked. The hedges have grown magically together to block the path north. Flowering rose hedges grow on either side of the path, winding north. Well, let's pick up a flower. Alexander takes a magnificent white rose from the rose hedges. It's a magnificent rose. Oh, it's good to see you too, Dryer. Let's see. Oh yes, of course. I can get through it. Easily. I have the scythe. So take that, hedge! Alexander wields the scythe, determined to get past the magical rose hedges. The leaves fly as Alexander tries to cut the branches faster than they can grow back together. He sees light. He's through! My name is Alexander. I didn't mean to disturb your private garden.
Yes, you did. You mean it because you destroyed the magical hedge and everything?
No, and yet, monsieur, you could help me have accidentally broken through the 3 enchanted traps of the island.
I suppose it is simply my nature to break through enchanted traps.
Oh, you must be a prince then. I know the nature of princes on your road. This face you see before you is dark.
Well, for the face of a beast, it is really quite noble.
Ha! I'm glad you like it, for you will soon have one just like it. I, too, was once a pretty prince, caring for nothing but adventuring and rescuing fair roses. But I rankered one too many evil hags. One dark night, I was turned into this obscenity you see before you, warped in shape and trapped on this enchanted island over 100 years ago.
Surely there is a way off this island.
Yeah, surely. You broke in, did you not? And yet to think, where would I go clad as so eloquently as I am with this silk and this pelt? You see, my prison is also my sanctuary. You are the first to break through the barriers in these many years. That is, except for the druids who stole my heirloom coat of arms.
If there's any way I can help...
Help? You? I'm afraid you don't understand. The enchanted barriers were a warning and protection for you more than for me. Your price for forcing your way past them is to join me in this dire life. By the laws of this sorcery, you are doomed to be trapped in the form of a beast. Your reward for approaching this garden is to be my slave, a slave as beastly as I am. You have only a few hours of vanity left.
But that's not possible. There must be some way to break the enchantment. Spells always have a weakness somewhere.
The enchantment you are under is sight of my own. The sorceress left me her way out, all right, but afraid it was her final bitter joke. You see, I only need to find a maiden to join me here, to share my castle, my life, willingly. Take another look at me. You can't help but admire the hag's worthy and cunning.
I shall try to find such a maiden, for Casima's sake.
Truly? How determined of you. I personally wouldn't waste my last few hours as a man on an impossible errand. However, you may do as you please. I give you this token. It's my family ring and the only heirloom I have left. If perchance you should, if you think you have found a maid...
I shall give her this ring.
Yes, she must accept it of her own free will. By doing so, she accepts me. Not that you shall find anyone, mind you. Your time is short. Count the minutes on your fingers. While fingers you have, pretty prince, your master will await you.
Alright. Great. So we have a few hours before we are turned into something hideous. Beast's ring is made of pure heavy gold and bears an insignia possibly related to Beast's princely past. And also, I really did the wrong kind of voice for the Beast. Not appropriate the sounding voice at least, but hard to do. Is there a reason that green or blue is the standard colors to use for chroma key screen? Yes, the reason is that they're the easiest to key out. That's the reason. Other colors don't work as well as green or blue, especially when they're bright green or bright blue. Easiest to take out from the background. That's the only reason. Yeah, like Petri says, the areas are those are easiest to filter for CGI effects. The other colors tend to show edges, yes. Green does it too, but it has to be the proper kind of green. Like the green that I have, usually you can see like a green edge around me because it's too dark of a green. It needs to be a brighter green, which I don't have. But now that I have ordered the material, it should be a lot better once it arrives. So let's see. That's the bargain book. Is this the spell book? Magic paint spell. Make rain. Charming a creature of the night. Ready. Thought I heard some noise. And now we go back to the Isle of the Crown. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet. Let's go visit the bookshop, actually. Ah, Jello! Jello, my friend! Is the wedding still moving forward at the castle?
Well, what's the voice for Jolo again?
Prince Alex! Yes, the confounded wedding has the whole castle a bustle. I didn't come here to talk about that, though. I came to warn you.
Warn me about what? Isn't the wedding bad enough?
No, listen, the vizier knows you're here, Alexander. He's posted extra guards and he's telling them about a foreign saboteur. Who else could he be but you? The vizier's genie must have learned of your presence in the land, Prince Alex. I don't know how, but he must have.
I haven't exactly been discreet, I'm afraid.
Alexander, this is serious. Alhazred will never let you get close to Cassima now. He's doubled the castle guard, probably to make sure you keep out. Gadzooks. It's too bad there isn't some way to convince Alhazred that you've left the islands, or even died. If he thought you were out of the way, you might be able to get close enough to...
What an interesting thought. Tell me more about this genie.
The genie's name is Shamir Shamazel. Alhazred brought Shamir with him when he came to this kingdom. Shamir probably won't directly threaten you, but that doesn't mean he isn't dangerous. He can be a terrible trickster and an ingenious spy. It's too bad we can't get our hands on Shamir's lamp. If we had that lamp, Alhazred and all our other problems would be solved. Wouldn't that be a fine thing?
You would wish to be the master of such a wicked creature?
Oh, Shamir isn't necessarily evil. Genies never are, you know. They only reflect their owner's heart, for good or ill. Alhazred is hardly a shining example of an impressionable genie.
So how do you propose we go about getting Shamir's lamp?
What? Prince Alex, I was only dreaming. The lamp is heavily guarded. It would be easier to steal Alhazred's old trousers while he's wearing them than it would be to get to that lamp.
But surely a clown's hands are quick and agile.
Well, yes, they are, as a matter of fact, but the theft would be detected almost immediately, and then my poor neck.
If the theft were detected.
Oh, I see. Yes, well, there might be a slim chance, but only that. If you could find a replica of the genie's lamp, an exact replica, I might be able to make the swap. I alone might get close enough. But I couldn't tell you what to look for. I caught a glimpse of it only once. I would know it if I saw it again, but to say, I cannot.
Well, I'll just have to see what I can do.
Good luck to you then, Prince Alex. I really must be going back to the castle. I don't think I'll be able to come back here. If we were spied on, it's too high a risk. I hope you understand. If I see Kasim, I'll tell her I saw you. If you do ever make it to the castle, look me up. And do be careful, friend.
I will. Goodbye, Cholo. Thanks for all your help.
And there he goes. Your tip glass should be to the right of your head. It appears as if you're speaking to it and it looks like it blocks your view. It kinda does. Well, I can just do it easily like this. And... like that. Better? Actually, I should lower my webcam. Because I'm nothing but a bodiless head. So there. Alright. Finding a fair female. There. Gotta have the alliteration going on there. Ah, she's here. Looking at the serving girl reminds Alexander of the years he spent as a slave under the evil wizard Mananan. He wishes there were some way he could help her. She looks very shy and nervous as she tends her roses. Can I touch her? The girl would most likely be startled away if Alexander tried to reach out and touch her. You wouldn't know.
Good day, maid. My name is Alexander. How do you do?
I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not allowed to talk to strangers.
The girl is too shy and fearful to talk to a stranger, especially a tall, handsome one such as Alexander. Oh, game. You give Alexander too much credit. So, if she likes roses so much, I do have a white rose for her.
Pardon me, maid. I hope you don't think me forward, but I see that you like roses. I thought you might perhaps like a fresh white rose.
Alexander can see the conflict in the girl's pretty face as she fights between her distrust of him and her desire for the white rose. The rose wins.
Oh, I shouldn't, sir, but it is so lovely. I've never seen a rose of white. It looks so pale and delicate. Wherever did you find one of such color?
There are many hedges of them on the Isle of the Beast, and they grow together like magic.
Oh, truly? What an adventure that must be to see them. But I should not speak so, especially to a stranger. Thank you for the rose, though, kind sir.
Do you live in this house, maid?
Well, my stepmother and her children live here. I live out back in the stables.
Your stepmother? Then you are not a... I thought you were
a servant? I am, I suppose. You see, my mother died and my father remarried. He passed on shortly afterwards. My stepmother has no obligation to feed or clothe me. I only try to repay her for my upkeep as best as I can.
I see.
I wonder if her name is Cinderella.
Is there anything I can do for you, maid? You look tired and hungry.
I'm just fine, sir.
Tell me, why do you not leave this place?
Where could I go? What would I do? Besides, I don't really mind the work and I would miss my roses.
Alexander feels a strange sensation come over him.
His skin begins to itch.
Alright. We're late. His head throbs.
Oh!
Yay! Was that the beast you could do? Beast you could do. Gotta be fast. Okay, so let's give her the rose. Arby, blah blah blah. It looks so lovely and blah blah blah. And now we show her the ring, I think. Alexander has a thought about the serving girl. He decides to bring up the subject of beast with her. Let me tell you about the place where the white roses grow. The Isle of the Beast is an enchanted place. There's a path running through a deep forest. The path crosses 3 magic blockades, set to keep all visitors away. At the center lives a tremendous beast. Really? Magic blockades? How exciting! What kind of a beast? Is it very terrifying and ferocious? It is a beast that walks on 2 legs and dresses like a prince. It speaks with the voice of a man. Well, a voice with a man. Not really a voice of a man, more of a voice of a horrible beast. A beast that talks and wears clothes? How is that possible? Is the beast magic too? Not magical, enchanted. Beast was once a prince, but a witch trapped him in the form of a beast and set him on the island. There he lives in a castle in the midst of a maze. How terrible! Imagine how lonely it must be. It is a very lonely prospect, isn't it? I have met Mena, you see. He is indeed ferocious, but who would not be? He really exists? Oh, it breaks my heart. If I could, I would tend to such a beast. Such a beast might find comfort in a kind face. Do you not think so? Oh, I think it's so. I very much think it's so. You would not be afraid of him? Afraid? Maybe at first, but how silly of me to speak so. The roses in this little yard are the only magic I will ever see. I could take you there. In fact, I would owe you my life if you would go, if you truly wish to go. Are you serious? I could leave here? I have always dreamt of leaving, but to actually go. This is the only home I have ever known. Home is a hard place to live, even if you're unhappy here. But I will go. If I can help him, I must go.
And off we go.
Is there nothing you wish to take with you? There is nothing. Then take this ring. It is his. He will be pleased if you would wear it. Why, it's the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. Thank you kindly, sir.
Beauty, where do you think you're going?
To a place where roses grow, and to someone who truly needs me.
Well, that was quick.
I see you wear my ring. You willingly agree to spend your life here with me? Do you know what that means?
Yes, my lord, I do. I have been touched by your story.
Pity alone, I not sentence you to endure this face.
Oh, but it's a gentle face, and kind.
You look at me so sweetly and not repulsed. By the light of your eyes, my spirit soars. The enchantment, it is...
Enchantment! It is broken!
I am pleased to have served you, my lord. Do you still wish me to stay?
What? Speak not such nonsense, Beauty. Do you think that I learned nothing of true love during my time here? You are my queen.
Oh, my clothes! This gown!
How well it suits your noble heart. I think I got something in my eye.
Alexander, how can I ever repay you? I have nothing to offer except my gratitude. But please, take these old clothes. Perhaps you'll find someone in need during your travels. You have already repaid me by your example of courage, Beauty, and by your friendship, I hope.
You will always have our friendship and loyalty, Prince Alexander. But from a fellow adventurer, take some advice. If you find your true love, protect her with your life. We are all beasts without the redeeming humanity of love. And to aid you, accept my mirror. Now that my life is no longer hung in false shadows, I have no need for it. Give it to someone with nothing to fear from the truth it reveals.
Thank you. I wish you both well.
Come, beauty. Let me take you home.
I see you there, genie. You don't fool me anymore with that glint in your eye. If only Alexander would turn around, notice it, and freaking step on it. Oh. Let me see. So now we have water here. Let me see. So this is the small vial contains an oracle sacred water. The water has a crystalline appearance. Let's use that in our lamp. Alexander pours the contents of the oracle's vial into the hunter's lamp with the baby's tears. The vial, now empty of its sacred fluid, disintegrates. And now we use this on the fountain. Alexander fills the hunter's lamp to the brim with the fountain water.
Yay!
Now we can do the call for rain spell because we have all the water. And now we have 141 points. As we should. And now that we have done so.
Spell time.
So let's read the spell book. Read. Magic paint. Make rain. Alexander prepares to enchant the hunter's lamp with the make rain spell incantation. Clouds of thunder, chefs of light, come and sup me with me tonight. Waters 3 have I for tea, brew a tempest for me. The lamp in Alexander's hand gives a little perk. He hopes the spell works despite his makeshift teapot. I'm sure it will work. I mean, it's a spell. And also, yeah, Candy, Specky wasn't laughing at you, he was laughing at my voice for the beast. I'm sure of it. So I think we're all totally done here at the Isle of the Beast. As far as I know. So now we go back to the Isle of the Mists, I think. Oh, we're almost done actually here. I still need one flower. I still need a white rose. Because we should send a beautiful flower to our beautiful maiden that needs to be rescued. As in, we need to send that to Kasima. No, just keep going. Why do you always stop there? Just keep going, man.
Damn you, Alexander, and your dim-wittedness.
Dim-wittedness. English, it's a language, you know.
Zoom.
If only we had a portal gun. It would make traveling so much easier than just using magic.
Don't use magic, use science. Alright, night sing. Alexander holds out the rose, hoping that the bird will deliver it to Kasima. But instead, the bird takes the rose and decides to eat it. Nightingale takes the rose and heads for the castle once more.
A white rose, how
Beautiful.
it must be from
Alexander.
How I wish that I could see him with my own eyes, but
Abdul.
will never allow it. He only risks capture by sending me these
Things.
dear to my heart though they are. Fly elsewhere, my
Pretty friend.
do not endanger
Prince Alexander.
again by taking tokens from his hand. Forgive me
Alexander.
and forget me. I cannot return your love, for I fear that I shall
Never.
leave this
Castle.
again.
The voice I've given her and the way she speaks only makes sense to me. Alexander waits in vain for Casima's nightingale to return, but the bird does not. Could there be something wrong? Or does Casima simply not welcome his attentions further?
Oh, the heart does go yonder.
As in, that's one of the titles of the other King's Quest games. So now we can go back to the druids. To the Isle of the Mist. Isle of the Mist.
The Isle of the Mists.
Oh! We have been captured.
Great gods, did you see that? That man just appeared from nowhere.
Perhaps he was sent by the spirits. I see no boat.
He's an intruder, no matter how he got here. Grab him!
Don't do anything, Alexander. Not again. Look, I'll leave. It's no problem.
I think not. Let's go.
Here we go again. Here we go, go. Check out. Alexander is frozen at the spectacle before him. Roman figures are gathered around a bonfire. Some mystical ceremony is taking place, but as to its purpose, Alexander has no clue.
We find a trespasser on the beach, Archdruid.
Uh-oh. Archdruid? No one has Alexander wandered into.
First, he must be the Terraner we have heard about. How appropriate that he should come during a rain festival. Place him in the sacrificial cage.
Wait, I must rescue the princess.
There's an ancient druid saying, a man who would save others must first save himself.
Alexander is pushed into the confining wicker cage. Oh, it's like a wicker man. But instead for crops, they're praying for rain. And the cage is swung out over the bonfire. Yay. Alexander starts to feel a little warm. Or a lot warm because he's turning red. The bottom of the cage is getting uncomfortably hot. The cage is really hot! Fire in the cage! Alexander pulls out Beauty's old slave clothes, desperate to beat out the flames. The flame is extinguished, but the clothes themselves burn to cinders. Alexander will be able to keep the cage from igniting for long. The heat and the movement must have jarred something. Something that Alexander's carrying is starting to jiggle around. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Egad, something's really percolating. Wiggle, 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 yeah. The water in Alexander's lamp is hot. It's just about boiling! Alexander feels a drop. It starts to rain!
That man is a powerful nature wizard. By the secret oak, let him down.
Later, after a short but furious thunderstorm,
I must apologize for our rude welcoming committee. We've been feeling inhospitable ever since the winged one stole our sacred miniature oak tree. Besides, Vizier Al-Hazred sent a message that we were to watch out for a highly dangerous foreign assassin. I assume you are the one he meant.
I'm sure I'm precisely who he meant. I assure you I mean to harm no one, unless that person threatens the princess. I'm sorry to have disturbed your ceremony, but I'm running out of time.
What is it that you seek?
The oracle on the island of Sacred Mountain told me I should speak to you about the realm of the dead. She told me that 2 souls in unrest there, that I might be able to free.
Free souls in the fear of the dead? You're mad!
The souls might be able to help me on my mission to save the princess. It's imperative that I do everything I can. The risks are not important.
No, yet getting yourself killed will hardly help the princess. But I will tell you what I know. Legend has it that it is the right of any human to challenge the Lord of the Dead in order to save his own life or the life of another already passed. But the knowledge of how to do this was lost in since reaching Heir. I have rarely heard of one who tried it. A young knight who came to the land of the Green Isles from a distant land long ago. According to the story, he was determined to challenge the Lord of the Dead for the soul of his dead lover. It is said that he tamed the Lord of the Dead's horse, a black-winged, demon-hearted beast named Nightmare. Nightmare sometimes flies to the human world to feed on certain noxious plants. Those unfortunate enough to see her are glad to escape with their very souls intact. Somehow, the knight captured the Nightmare and rode off on her back, supposedly to the realm of the dead. But neither the knight nor his lover ever returned. If there was a means for a challenge, it was lost with the knight.
I see. Can you tell me anything about the Lord of the Dead?
Ah, that is a blacker matter still. To the druids, he is Samhain, Lord of Coldness and Despair. Samhain was once a man like you or I, but he insulted the gods and was sentenced to rule the underworld. Immortal he is and mateless, robbed of sleep, robbed of movement, robbed of companionship.
I know it's not that's not the proper spelling of the name. I just forgotten it. Is it like Samhain or Samhain? I've forgotten.
It is said that he hates all mortals even more than the immortality that he lost. And that is sure I know.
Interesting. I shall remember.
Now look how the oak embers of our bonfire still glow hot in spite of the rain. If you're bent on your course, you'll need courage that's just as impervious to the chill. May your luck last longer than your storm, brave one.
May it indeed. Thank you, Archdruid.
Some cultists just don't have manners. Sacrifice a man that's just teleported to the beach. Yeah. The Empress found the bonfire still smoldering despite the rain. Well, let's grab some. Alexander has already had enough close contact with that fire. We need the embers. I guess the skull will do as a container. Hey, a goblin. Alexander scoops up some of the red-hot embers in the ancient human skull. Damn. Alexander is carrying a human skull filled with embers. The embers are glowing with heat. Now let's use the hair. Alexander puts in the strand of hair into the skull. And also the black feather, I think? No, not the black. Is that the rotten egg? The spoiled egg has a slightly yellowed shell that bulges in spots from the pressure of the gases inside. Sulfur. Alexander is careful in handling the spoiled egg. That shell looks ready to burst. Well, we need to use it. Alexander cracks the spoiled egg and dumps it into the skull containing the embers and the strand of hair. The spoiled egg hisses as it makes contact with the hot embers. Sounds the steam. Phew, the smell of sulfur. Here we go. Now we have the spell components ready for capturing the Nightmare. Alexander is carrying a human skull filled with oak embers, a strand of hair, and a spoiled egg. The embers are glowing hot. A foul sulfurous-smelling steam rises from the spoiled egg and the embers mixture. Righty here. Let's get out of here. A gnarled old tree stretches a wide branch out over the smoldering bonfire. Alexander is standing in the druids' circle of giant stones. The rain festival has ended and the druids have returned to their village to sleep. The bonfire still smolders in the center of the circle. The wicker cage that was to be Alexander's fiery coffin is now lying on the ground. Alexander is glad to be out of that cage. Maybe I should well, it's hard to now show what happens when you die in the bonfire because I already had the spell, so... But it's nothing special. You just get a one-liner, like always. At the horsey. That's what we're up to do. We're gonna go and get the horsey, the nightmare. Oh, if only it was Nightmare Moon that we're gonna capture. So to the sacred mountain we go. Now, if you guys excuse me for a moment, as I do need to I will take a small break to the bathroom. I will let you guys enjoy some music while I'm away. So I shall return momentarily. So, just a tiny break. And enjoy the music.
Yes. Legend of the Cage. I wonder if it's a Legend of Johnny Cage. Moving on.
Thank you, Specky.
You remember that the helicopter boss at the end was hard. Yeah, I've never been able to play through Rambo. Because the game is extremely difficult. Legend of the Case was surprisingly easy once you got the hang of it. True, but it takes a while. I've only gotten to level 2 a couple of times. Because Legend of Cage is very confusing sometimes. And it's not an easy game. I've never gotten past level 2. Never. Ever. Ah, there's the beautiful horse. Alexander arrives at the top of the cliffs, somewhat winded after his long but uneventful climb. A mighty winged horse, the color of midnight, is feeding from the nightshade bush. The creature must be Nightmare, the one the druids spoke about. Of course it is. Now what I need to do is use the skull, or read the spellbook actually, not use the skull. We need to enchant the beast.
How about you turn the page, not go off the book?
Charming a creature of the night. There we go. Finland looks like a cool place to visit.
It is.
And it's also the happiest country. At least I've seen many titles today about Finland. That is the happiest country in Europe. Or maybe in the world. There's a lot of surveys being done. There were surveys done. And Finland was voted as the happiest country. We even surpassed Norway. Because Norway used to be the #1 happiest country, but now it's Finland. Gotta be happy about something. You know, Stephen Hawking died today, but also Finland voted the happiest country, so bad and good things happening at the same day. Did anybody else know about that news, that Stephen Hawking died? Great loss to the world of science, indeed. Well, creature of night, to me succumb, fire and brimstone leave thee numb, purity bind thee like a chain, to do what ear I now ordain. Alexander solemnly speaks the incantation over the skull. Creature of night, to me succumb, fire and brimstone leave thee numb, purity bind thee like a chain, to do what ear I now ordain. Ooh. Nightmare flares her nostrils at the scent of the fire and brimstone. Even nice cloud of come hither. See that you live in an old neighborhood? Not really, not an old neighborhood. I mean, the apartment building that I live in was built in 1990, in the 1990s. So it's kind of a new apartment building. That's it. Come on. I need passage to your homeland, fiery one. Unable to resist the power of the enchanted smell, Nightmare approaches Alexander. Her eyes appear glassy and sightless. In her hypnotized state, she is unaware of the humans so close to her flank, or of anything at all except the marvelous smell. Now ride! I should load the game and see what happens if I try to get to Nightmare before using the spell. I should do that. Nightmare deposits Alexander on a strange, cold world. And some of the inhabitants don't look too friendly.
to adventure. Ho!
The most obvious save ever. I mean, I see dead people. So let's restore the game from the Get the Horsey. So I have the skull, right? Oak ember, strand of hair, spoiled egg. Beast's mirror consists of a piece of glass set into a decorative frame. The glass is unusually clear and the image particularly true. So the beast told me that the mirror will show the true nature of the person it reflects. So let's get on to the Isle of Sacred Mountains. And try to get that horse without using the spell. Might be a hilarious death scene.
The weather report.
Mostly clouds and -5 Celsius. That's how it's in my neighborhood, Petri. The sound of Alexander's footsteps startled the black horse. Oh. She flies off, leaving Alexander alone at the top of the cliffs. Oh. Well, that was uneventful. So, let's just restore I See Dead People. The ghoulish animated bodies of the undead roam the haunted landscape. Restless spirits are bound to the surface of the underworld. Chained by earthly cares, they are unable to go below. These two spirits wander together. The spirit of a beautiful and noble-looking woman floats silently alongside that of a desperate-looking man. Uh-oh, one of the wandering ghouls brushes against Alexander. The touch of the putrid flesh dissolves the living matter like acid. Ooh! 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 Alexander's mother always told him to avoid bad ghouls. Ghoul no touchy. Ghoul go away. So I need to talk to these ghosts. Who are you, grieving spirits?
I am Queen Olaria of the land of the Green Isles, and this beloved spirit is my husband, King Califim.
Oh, great. That was easy. Casima's parents are right here.
We were murdered in our beds by our trusted vizier. Like a viper, he snuck in during the night and stabbed us in our sleep. Now my husband's soul is broken and he will not speak.
Then you are the ones I seek. Are you not the parents of Princess Casima?
Our daughter! Have you news of the princess?
I know that she is alive and safely back in her kingdom after being rescued from Mordak. But I'm afraid I have not personally seen her. Alhazred is keeping her in her room in mourning for you.
Oh, dreaded news! I am glad to hear of her return, but she will not be safe alone with that devil. Oh, that we could be there to protect her.
Casima, how I failed thee.
My poor husband will never rest with our murder while our murder goes unavenged.
My poor husband will never rest while our murder goes unavenged and our daughter is in danger. There, I can read. Dr. Dose put a message, but it's not showing up. It's not showing up there. Hang on.
Let me fix this.
Because it didn't show up, so. Hang on, Twitch people. Reconnecting. There, now it shows up. Good. That hit the spot. Fried chicken and garlic cream potatoes. Ooh. That's some tasty, tasty stuff. Does this work now? Now it works.
I came to take you back with me. Your people are still loyal to you. They need to know about the Vizier. Kasima needs you too.
But this is the realm of the dead. We cannot leave it, nor for that matter can you.
The only one who might be able to return us all to the land of the living is the Lord of the Dead, but he would never help us. He has no mercy. I might be able to convince him. I must try.
Then take this. It is my ticket to the underworld. There you will find the Lord of the Dead.
I cannot use the ticket as long as I am chained here, and if we cannot be avenged, I will be unchained. Thank you. Perhaps it will save us all.
Be careful, young man. If you can ease my husband's torment and help our daughter, we will be most grateful.
I will do my best. Goodbye, Queen Alaria.
Are you freaking kidding me? You goddamn ghoul piece of crap. This is not the way I wanted to go to these gates. I'm already here. Man, these ghouls. So I really just need to wait for you to get the hell out of the way. There. Now I speak to them. Will you stop wandering around, stay put, and so I can speak with you? There. Blah 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 blah. Give me the ticket. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. The golden ticket. Now I can go into the chocolate factory. I see that people. Whoop! Nope! Yep. Where do I need to go? I thought this would be the way to go, up there. But apparently this is the way to go. The spirit of a woman hangs like a puff of smoke in the air. She's weeping and appears to be very distressed about something.
Why do you not rest, sad spirit?
Rest! I cannot rest! My son is lost!
Lost? You mean in this realm?
No, his spirit is stuck in the land of the living. They're probably looking for me. But I cannot leave to go show him the way. My poor Ali.
Is there anything I can do?
Take this handkerchief. If you get back to the land of the living and find him, tell him that his mother is waiting for him here. By this kiss, he'll be able to find his way to the realm of the dead.
I'll do my best to find him.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, my Ali.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Move, 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 move. Don't let the pirate touch you. Jeez. I thought pirates were nasty enough while they were alive. Yeah, this looks familiar, doesn't it? Familiar sight, indeed. The skeleton to the left of the path has something to the spirits that approach the underworld entrance.
Ticket, please. Next.
A strange skeleton with a long horse-like head and ceremonial armor stands at the base of the path to the underworld. He watches over new arrivals with a discerning eye, handing tickets to the spirits desiring admittance. A large bone keyring hangs from his waist. Living skeletons are gathered around the entrance to the underworld. A uniformed skeleton stands guard at the entrance to the underworld. He takes something from the passing spirits and then waves them on into the underworld. Well, we do already have a ticket. The ghostly ticket reads, Admit 1. Make him dance! Oh yes, we will! Because we have a group of large bones form an interesting arrangement to the right of the path. Two smaller bones are propped up on the ground near the larger group. And you know what that means?
Spooky, scary skeletons, shivers down my spine.
Alexander picks up the two bones on the ground. Now, what do these bones remind him of?
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
The skeletons are overcome with the musical call of the bones. They begin to jiggle,
Then to dance.
Guybrush, this played in the Monkey Island 2. Come on, be more original. Should have been good. Of course. That's a good touch. Alexander finishes his tune and the skeletons resume their posts. Despite their frolic, they don't seem any friendlier. Well, they're still the undead, you know. A key made of bone has fallen from the skeleton's keyring and now lies on the ground. And now it's in our pocket. The realm of the dead is too eerie to invite close inspection. Alexander wants to touch as little as possible. I was touching the ground. Alexander picks up the skeleton key. Alexander is standing in the entrance to the underworld. The entrance is a huge tendon-covered skull. The skull's mouth is the doorway to whatever lies below. Two solemn skeletons admit the spirits who seem to be drawn trance-like to enter the skull. Looming ominously at the end of the path, a hideous skull-shaped formation provides an entrance to the underworld below. Despite his terror, Alexander still feels drawn to its tendon-bound maw. Well, we do have this, so there you go. I have a ticket.
Go on, next.
Alexander is standing inside the underworld. Organic walls form a oppressive passageway from which a spiraling path emerges and descends into the darkness. Far below, the surface of a black glassy river eerily reflects the glow of flickering torches. An ebony mass of liquid flows below the path. It must be the river Styx. Ghost. Apparently, Alexander's not the only one who's curious about the body on the path. A knight's remains lie abandoned on the path. The knight, like Alexander, must have been alive when he entered the underworld, but for some reason he never reached his destination. Alexander wonders if this is the knight the druids spoke of. The knight is wearing one black gauntlet. There appears to be some writing on the gauntlet, but Alexander can't quite make out what it says. Well, let's pick it up. Alexander takes the knight's black gauntlet and examines the writing on it. Flesh may cross the portal and seek its master death. Flesh may go where death has trod and challenge like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath.
Zounds, that sounds serious.
Well, zounds is zounds. The knight's skeletal hand seems bare without the gauntlet. The knight is wearing an old tattered ribbon. Must have once meant much to him as a sign of his lady's favor. The ribbon is so old it would crumble at Alexander's touch. I wonder if I have anything to use. Or maybe not. Apparently I don't have anything to use here. The bone's connected to the arm bone bone's connected to the hip bone, the hip bone's connected to the underworld. That's where we are. Unfortunately, the knight is unable to tell Alexander his secrets. Drat. Alexander slips off the path and plunges into the river Styx. Yet again we drown. Do we go back to the entrance now? As soon as the water touches his skin, Alexander's mind and body go numb. He sinks like a lifeless stone. Yep. Our spirit has to go back to get another ticket, apparently. Hey, what a fix, bathing in the river Styx. Jazz thief.
Oh yeah. You think it's pronounced Scheherazade? You have something like that. Oh, that's a mouth. Thought it looks like something else. It kind of does look like something else, but it's a mouth. It is a mouth. I hope I don't meet any xenomorphs around here. Because that would be bad. We would definitely be dead. I clicked on the wrong place and you needed to move over there. At least it's a different falling animation. So there you go. There we go. Ah, Charon, or Charon, stands in his boat, eternal ferryman of the dead. Alexander can't quite make out what's under Charon's cowl, and he's not sure he would want to. Well, usually Charon is just depicted as a skeleton. The spirits of the newly deceased make their final journey into the depths of the underworld. The river Styx is an ebony mass of liquid, for simply black tar or melted black glass. Despite its incredible stillness, the river seems to have a life of its own. Alexander stands on the banks of the river Styx. The Black River is as still as a mirror and gives off a penetrating cold. Charon, the ferryman, and his eerie ship wait on the shore to shepherd souls across the river. Charon's boat is an unearthly vessel. It bears a huge skeletal prow for slicing through the river Styx. Alright. Well, we do have the coins that I got from the dead person in the catacombs. Will these coins do us fare for passage? Charon accepts the fare and waves Alexander onto the boat. Ah, man. I missed out on something. Restore. Gotta do this walk again. I gotta get some water from the river Styx, and that's actually the only point where I can get it. If I don't get it from there, then we'll miss on something important. So, where is the teacup? There is the teacup. There. Alexander scoops a little of the river Styx into the teacup with the swamp ooze, being careful not to get any of the black water on his skin. Good, because otherwise, if that happens, you will just forget who you are. Total loss of memories. There you go.
Well, these guys are
Xenomorphs will tear your soul apart. Xenomorphs? Yeah, that's Xenobites, yeah. Well, we're pretty much doing the Green Mile, yeah. Dead man walking, or sailing. Cenobites will tear your soul apart, yeah. Xenomorphs will do something else, like your body apart. Alexander is standing on a path in front of a large gate. The path is surrounded by the chilly river Styx. Charon, the ferryman, is gone. Alexander has a feeling that he's close to his destination, that it must, in fact, lie on the other side of the gate. The eerie river Styx flows under and around the path of the gate. Extending from the walls are outgrowths spouting flickering flames. The eerie torches dimly light the passages of the underworld. I wonder why they didn't make the fire blue, so it would be St. Elmo's fire. The large wooden gate at the end of the path is closed. Boom. Scared? Alexander walks too close to the menacing gate.
That's it, human. Come close to me.
Tasty. Well, we got eaten by gate. It must have been love at first bite. Did I actually get the water first?
We are the Xenobites and you must come with us.
So xenomorphs are brain surgeons. Well, yeah, they remove your brain. Very efficiently. Hopefully I have not just the swamp ooze in the teacup. And water from the river Styx. Good, good. So avoid that mistake that I just did. Let's save here.
The box. You opened it, we came.
The wooden gate does not look particularly conversational at the moment. Do I throw at the key? Alexander doesn't see a keyhole in that gate. Alexander reaches out to open the gate. Suddenly, the wood trembles beneath his fingertips.
What touches awakened my sleep?
I smell the blood of a mortal.
Reach out thine hand again, fleshy human, that I might devour it. It has been centuries since I last ate.
Well, gate is a malicious-looking wooden gate. It eyes Alexander hungrily. Despite his fear, Alexander summons his bravest voice to command the living gate. I would pass gate! I have business with your master!
My master and thine, human. I would be pleased to introduce thee. Only step forward and thou shalt meet him shortly.
No, thank you. I come to meet the Lord of the Dead with my flesh still intact.
And why should I let you pass, human, when I would much rather eat you?
I have been told that there is a way for humans to enter Death's realm. There must be something I can do, some task that will allow me to pass your door's gate.
I seem to recall something. A trick, perhaps. A test. Yes. Should a human try to pass, a riddle is Gates wont to ask.
A riddle it is then.
And if thou wouldst fail to answer Gate, his thirsty jaws will be thy fate.
Agreed.
Listen as though it might meant thy life then, human, for it surely does. For it surely does. My first is foremost legally. My second love circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends a nominee. My whole is this gate's only key.
My first is foremost legally. Second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends in nominee. My whole is the gate's only key. My first is foremost legally. Well, that's gotta be L. I think this is a word puzzle. Letter puzzle. The second circle's outward. A circle is an O. My third leads all in victory, which is a V. And my fourth twice ends in nominee. Ah, so it's love. L-O-V-E.
The answer is love.
Thou traitor of the mortal plane, how didst thou guess love? That riddle should never have been solved. Love is unknown in this realm.
Love cannot be banished, even from this place. There are spirits still pining of it on the surface above. Still less can it be banished from my heart.
Enough! Burden me not with thy poetry. Pass through, and quickly before I change my mind.
That's one way to go in. That's just to go, you know, dead. Replace the underworld. Alexander is standing in the hall of the Lord of the Dead. It is here that the spirits of the newly dead complete their journey and meet death himself. The servants of the Lord of the Dead stand silently at the head of the path to his throne. In the center of the great cavern, the Lord of the Dead reigns over the hosts of the dead. He waves spirits into the sea of souls in an endless stream. What things the spirits tell him are best unheard by mortal ears. The Lord of the Dead's throne is surrounded by the sea of souls. The living sea swirls with the spirits of those who once walked the mortal realm. What awaits them? Alexander cannot know. And neither can we! The spirits of the newly dead end their journey here. They have an audience with the Lord of the Dead and are then immersed in the Sea of Souls. What purpose the audience serves, Alexander does not know. Alright. Let's, Do I have 171 points? I do. Well, let's talk to these people then.
Excuse me, I'd like an audience, please.
The shrouded guards escort Alexander to the throne of the Lord of the Dead.
Why have you entered my domain still wearing your flesh? If you are so anxious for death, you might have found it easily enough in the land of the living. But since you are here, you are most welcome to stay. Kiss my hand, and you will be one with the spirits. There will be no pain.
It's not kiss of death, it's kiss the death. So let's do so. Kiss his hand. There's nothing there that can help Alexander now. The Lord of the Dead is a huge, grotesque figure. He and his throne are one, grown together over the centuries till he can no longer move. Chains further bind him, pinning him to his endless, weighty task. If he was once human, as the druids claimed, Alexander can see no sign of it in his merciless, fathomless eyes. With trembling knees, Alexander stands before the Lord of the Dead. Beyond death and his throne, Alexander can sense the multitude of spirits in the Sea of Souls. The young prince trembles in with dread as he stands before the Lord of the Dead. Despite his fears, he remains determined in his cause and unwavering in his stance.
Will to live is strong, is it not? Never mind, I will reach out to you.
The Lord of the Dead's touch chills Alexander instantly with a numbing cold and blackness. Well, death waits for no man. At least he kept his hair.
So, now what we need to do is...
Yes, we need to use the gauntlet.
I did not come here to die, but to demand my right of challenge. I respectfully challenge thee, Death, by throwing down this gauntlet. Man may pass the portal and seek its master, Death. Man may pass where Death has trod and challenge like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath.
He has the gauntlet. Impossible. He challenges death.
Who are you to challenge death?
A man of flesh is all I need to be, my lord.
And what is it that you seek with this challenge? The soul of some dead maiden?
I seek the souls of King Caliphim and Queen Alaria of the land of the Green Isles.
You would seek 2 human souls and emerge alive from the throne yourself? That shall be a difficult challenge indeed. The tomb does not open its doors lightly.
Either all 3 of us leave, or none go.
Very well, then let me think of an appropriate task. Yes, I have it now. Your challenge is this. For thousands of years, I have sat upon this throne. I have heard every sad tale that cannot be told by human lips. I have seen tragedies that ended empires, injustices that defy reason, love that would light the very stars, turn cold and hard. I have seen torments that cannot possibly be borne, and yet must be, for centuries. This thing I have never done. I have never shed a tear. Make me cry, thou man of flesh. That is my challenge.
Make Death cry? Sooner could he turn sea to stone, or fire to ice.
To make you cry, huh? Well, good thing I have this mirror of reflection. The reflection of the soul that sees it.
If your existence has been all that you say it has,
and truth alone shall be my sword. The mirror's surface swirls with darkness for a moment, then fills with images even blacker. Reflections of despair, of wailing souls, of shackles colder and more immutable than any forged by man, of a world of thirsts that can never be quenched. Alexander feels the mirror tremble in his grasp and is glad that he cannot see its face, but the Lord of the Dead is transfixed to the mirror, to the screening of his life. Things long forgotten are once more uncovered. His enslavement to this throne while still a man. The years of watching misery and horror and growing ever more numb to it. The seep of his own humanity. The slow growth of a new thing altogether, which became that which he is now. He is an existence that has no possibility of redemption. No end. The surrounding spirits draw away in pain. The truth is so sharp it stabs, so intense it sears.
Take it away! Make it stop!
I see a tear. The mirror of truth cracks from the strain, and death sheds a single gray tear.
Truth is indeed a terrible thing. I have worn this metal for so long I had forgotten its dreadful weight. You shall take the souls and leave, as I agreed. You have been granted a stay from this inevitable reality. I almost envy you. Find the souls he has claimed and bring them to me. Team Califim and Queen Alaria, I presume. Your hero has won you a few more years of mortality. May your souls be more prepared for their rest when you return.
Thank you, my lord. I hope that they will.
And you, man of flesh, my steed shall take the three of you back to the land of the living. Tell her where it is you wish to go. Until we meet again, then. I assure you, we will meet again.
No offense, my lord, but I hope that it will be many long years from now.
It is never as long as you might wish, mortal. Now be gone.
Yes, my lord.
This flying animation is so just amazing. Like 5 strands of hair flowing from the mane.
Are you coming, Majesty?
Alas, the treachery must be handled carefully, Alexander. Alaria and I must go gather our allies and form a plan. In the meantime, watch over Cosima. Make sure she comes to no harm. We will return as soon as we can to take back all that has been stolen from us.
I will keep her safe until your return. Thank you, son. Your love for our daughter must be deep indeed for you to have undertaken death itself for our sakes.
Indeed. May you succeed in what awaits us, and live long together as a family.
Hi-oh, Silver!
Oh, hey.
What should be a good name for the save?
Go for the goal.
That's good enough for me. So how many points do we still have left? A little under 40. 40? 60. 54 points to go. I think I'm gonna leave this here and we'll finish the game tomorrow. Because we are close to the end, so... Tomorrow shall be Act 3. The finale. So, I should just do a end stream save. Replace. There. There. That's a good enough point to stop. Not much to do. Not much left. But it's going to get interesting. And hopefully I can actually make it with a full 231 points. At least I should be able to. But that's until then. So you guys take care of yourselves and remember, do not agitate the Lord of the Dead. He might kill you. And remember, get plenty of sleep. Yeah, that's a good one. And also, don't wear out your thumbs. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for more of Herb. Taking off your adventure cap so soon? Yes, I've had it! But yes, see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Jeez. Bye.